Man, look out. Back with another live reaction, bro. I don't know if y'all seen that video of that man Robert Brooks getting, beat with handcuffs on, bro. That shit real life is sickening. Bro, as a black male, bro, like that's one of the things I fear, bro. Like the police, my boy. I ain't gonna even lie to you. Cause you can do everything right in the world, but they don't like it because of skin tone, my boy. And that shit's crazy. This man got beat with his handcuffs on, like, and for them other officers just to sit around and watch it, fam. Like, as a human, how can you sit there and watch somebody get beat with handcuffs on, bro? That's like weird as fuck to see. That's sickening to see. You sitting there watching somebody get beat as a human with handcuffs on, and you don't like on people just because they skin tone, their skin color, and you feel like you gonna go against your boys in blue because you got integrity, you standing for something, bro. You realize beat this man to death. Like that's somebody's son, that's somebody's daddy, that's somebody's brother, that's somebody's uncle, bro. Like they need to throw y'all ass under the jail, bro. Like throw y'all ass completely under the jail, bro. Like I don't have no, I don't have no sympathy, no mercy for y'all, what y'all about to go through in y'all life, cause you gonna have to pay for that. Y'all beat this man with handcuffs on, bro. Like, how's that human? How's that civilized? Like, you took a old fam to protect and serve your community, bro. What if somebody did your child like that, fam? What if somebody did your mama like that, your teacher, your grandmama, your daddy, your son, your daughter, and for you to do somebody else's child like that, somebody else's father like that, somebody else's brother like that, bro? Like, how could you sleep with yourself, bro? Like this shit is sickening, bro. Like, I don't understand like how y'all get jobs. Y'all need to get a mental evaluation, bro. Like, y'all boys need to get a mental evaluation, bro. Evaluated, bro, because that's not right, bro. Like, y'all is sickening, fam. To do a human like that, I can never live myself for sitting by watching somebody getting beat like that, fam. Another human. I will not. I'm different. I'm a different breed. Say somebody getting beat up in the street and you motherfuckers quick to pull their phone out and record it. Why, bro? Why not help that person? Y'all niggas is weird, bro. These motherfuckers is weird out here, bro.
He was pronounced dead at Wynn Hospital in Utica on December 10th. I do not take lightly the release of this video,
they ass under the jail, bro.
Especially in the middle of the holiday season. But as Attorney General, I release these videos because I have a responsibility and duty to provide the Brooks family, their loved ones, and all New Yorkers with transparency and accountability.
Bro.
My deepest condolences go out to Mr. Brooks's family. As Attorney General, you have my word that we will use every possible tool available to us to investigate this death thoroughly and swiftly. As part of the investigation, my office obtained video from body-worn cameras that 4 of the correction officers were wearing at the time of the incident.
Of course, like they say they had no signs of it. They say they cameras on standby mode. So you can see them beating this man. Like, come on, bro. That shit weird, bro. Like, why y'all ain't got y'all cameras on? Why y'all got it in standby mode? Like, wonder what the fuck y'all was saying to this man when y'all was beating his ass like this, bro. Like, why? That shit is ain't that much hate in the fucking world to beat somebody with a handcuff. And they say these people known for doing this. The jail known for doing this shit. That shit's sickening, bro. Y'all beat this man to death. Your partner sitting back watching that shit. Damn, how you gonna beat somebody like that? Put your shit in standby mode. Wow. That's somebody child, bro. That shit's so sickening, bro. Y'all sitting about watching that shit. Sitting about watching it. You sitting there, bro. Look how they doing that man head. He can't defend himself, bro. He hit this nigga with a shoe, bro. My God. That shit sickening, bro. How could you do somebody like that? That's fucking crazy, bro. That shit's so fucking sickening. Damn. Boy. Damn, that's down bad. I want to know why they had that fucking audio on. Why they put that camera in standby mode for? Damn. This nigga is handcuffed, bro. I'm not understanding why they did this man like that. Nigga handcuffed, bro. That is period. That's hatred, boy. That's finest. That's evilness at its finest, boy. Damn. That's fucked up, boy. That shit fucking sad to see, boy. Damn. Damn. Po dude. R.I.P. that man, bro. That much hatred in the world, my boy. Did that man like he a fucking animal, bro. I wonder if they got this how this keep replaying.
Today, my office is releasing video from the investigation into the death of Mr. Robert Brooks. Mr. Brooks had been incarcerated at Mohawk Correctional Facility and was transferred to Marcy Correctional Facility on December 9th. During the incident, he was handcuffed with his hands behind his back. He was pronounced dead at Wynn Hospital in Utica on December 10th. I do not take lightly the release of this video, especially in the middle of the holiday season.
Crazy, bro.
But as Attorney General, I release these videos because I have a responsibility and duty to provide the Brooks family, their loved ones, and all New Yorkers with transparency and accountability. My deepest condolences go out to Mr. Brooks's family. As Attorney General, you have my word that we will use every possible tool available to us to investigate this death thoroughly and swiftly. As part of the investigation, my office obtained video from body-worn cameras that 4 of the correction officers were wearing at the time of the incident.
Yeah, they just keep restarting it. I don't want to say that shit unless you say that. Get just some more videos. That shit sad, bro. Difference is still in New York City. Y'all still beat this man to death. Here's see what the news people got to say. And they finna trying to sweep it under the rug. That's not what I was trying to look at.
This isn't in New York City. This is in New York State. But live picture there over New York City Harbor there in Lady Liberty. What I want to do now, because we heard from New York Attorney General Letitia James, also from Governor Kathy Hochul, James releasing footage from the investigation into the death of Robert Brooks here. I want to put this tweet up. This is from our colleague there at Fox 5 New York, Linda Schmidt, with body camera footage there. I mean, now remember, viewer discretion is advised. She says, upstate prisoner beaten to death. Correction officers' body cam videos were released today by Letitia James in the death of Robert Brooks at the Marcy Correctional Facility. And Hochul has issued a statement as well. It says 14 people will be fired over this. So this is an ongoing investigation into the death of Robert Brooks. He died December the 10th of this year after an encounter with New York State Department of Corrections and Community Supervision officers. This was at Marcy Correctional Facility in Marcy, New York. That's in Oneida County. Now, the day before, on December the 9th, Brooks was transferred from Mohawk Correctional Facility to Marcy Correctional Facility. Those are both in the same county, Oneida County, according to James. Brooks, she says, who was handcuffed with his hands behind his back, was then taken into a medical examination room where the events captured in the video took place here. So remember, we want to bring you some of this body camera video. Viewer discretion is advised. Let's take some of that. All right, so this was just released today by the office of New York Attorney General Tish James here. And so what you're watching right now is the moment in the wake of the transfer of Brooks from one facility to another here. So according to James, when he was transferred to this medical examination room, you're going to see it in just a moment, he was pronounced dead in the early morning hours of December 10th. But the action here, all right, we're going to watch it. Viewer discretion is advised. And there is Brooks there after being transferred from one facility to another. You are going to see the actions, and it's very difficult to watch. It's graphic. Officers there appearing to beat Brooks there. All right, so if you're just joining us for this story, this is what we know. This body-worn camera released by Attorney General Tish James's office that appears to show members of the New York State Department of Corrections and Community Supervision officers there at Marcy Correctional Facility beating Robert Brooks.
Beating him to death. Oh my God, Mike.
Brooks was handcuffed with his hands behind his back. He was then taken to a medical examination room there where the events captured in the video took place, she says. Now, Brooks was then transported to a local hospital where he was pronounced dead in the early morning hours of December the 10th there. Now, Governor Hochul's office said 14 members here have been fired for their role in this. We also are getting statements in from elected leaders in New York. We're going to step away from this video. You're going to hear from James in just a second here. Let's put this up. So this is from State Senator of New York, Rob Ortt. He says this: "I'm sickened by the brutal and senseless attack at Marcy Correctional Facility. The footage is absolutely appalling, and these violent actions cannot be tolerated. While this incident will understandably outrage New Yorkers, it's important to recognize that this horrific event does not reflect the dedicated service of the countless correction officers who risk their lives every day to maintain order and safety in our prisons." He says those responsible must be held fully accountable. There is no excuse for this behavior. That's from New York State Senator Rob Ortt. In the meantime here, let's play the original announcement today by New York State Attorney General Letitia James.
Good afternoon. Today, my office is releasing video from the investigation into the death of Mr. Robert Brooks. Mr. Brooks had been incarcerated at Mohawk Correctional Facility and was transferred to Marcy Correctional Facility on December 9th. During the incident, he was handcuffed with his hands behind his back. He was pronounced dead at Wynn Hospital in Utica on December 10th. I do not take lightly the release of this video, especially in the middle of the holiday season. But as Attorney General, I release these videos because I have a responsibility and duty to provide the Brooks family, their loved ones, and all New Yorkers with transparency and accountability. My deepest condolences go out to Mr. Brooks's family. Under New York law, my office investigates every case in which an officer of the law, including a correctional officer, may have caused the death of a civilian. On December 16th, my office announced that it had opened an investigation into Mr. Brooks's death. As in every case, the attorneys and investigators in my office are conducting an exhaustive review of the facts and the evidence. As Attorney General, you have my word that we will use every possible tool available to us to investigate this death thoroughly and swiftly. As part of the investigation, my office obtained video from body-worn cameras that 4 of the correction officers were wearing at the time of the incident. The 4 officers had their body-worn cameras powered on, but did not activate them. So their cameras were recording video in standby mode without recording sound.
That's crazy.
My team met with Mr. Brooks's family earlier this week, and they viewed the footage. These videos are shocking and disturbing, and I advise all to take appropriate care before choosing to watch them. We are releasing 8 videos today from 4 officers' body-worn cameras. 4 videos, one from each officer, that each run for the full 30 minute length of the standby mode recording, and a second version of the same 4 videos, which have been cropped to show only footage involving Mr. Brooks and the interactions between the officers and Mr. Brooks.
Like you already had that shit playing.
Again, I encourage taking caution before viewing. I want to reiterate that we are investigating this case thoroughly and using every tool at our disposal to ensure that there is transparency and accountability for the events that preceded Mr. Brooks's death. I also want to make clear that this video and the conduct of these officers should not reflect poorly on the work and professionalism of the countless correction officers and correctional facility nurses throughout the state who go to work every day to protect and serve those in their care.
Let that shit happen.
And now we will play the 4 cropped videos I mentioned earlier. And all 8 videos will be.
All right, so that was the message there from Tish James. So wanted to make sure we got that in. We do have the statement up from New York Governor Kathy Hochul here. Let's put this up. She says, like all New Yorkers, I was outraged and horrified after seeing footage of the senseless killing of Robert Brooks. She goes on to say, I have been clear that is the responsibility of the New York State Department of Corrections and Community Supervision to provide appropriate care and protection for those in its custody, and I will not tolerate anyone who violates that responsibility. She says that is why I ordered an immediate and full investigation into the death of Robert Brooks and further directed DOCCS Commissioner Martuscello to begin the termination process for the 14 individuals who were involved in his fatal attack. The state of New York has zero tolerance for individuals who break the law, and I am committed to holding everyone involved fully accountable. Once again, I want to offer my deepest condolences to Brooks's family and loved ones as they grieve his tragic death. I'm grateful to the Attorney General and her team, our state police, and everyone working with us to ensure justice is served in this case here. So wanted to make sure we put that statement up as well, covering this story from all sides, all angles there, and definitely that body camera footage, very difficult to watch. If there are any more updates on this story, we'll make sure to bring them to you. But let's take a quick commercial break. We'll see everyone in just a moment.
Once again, we begin tonight with the beating death of an inmate in a New York prison at the
trying to
hands
find
of
some more videos.
multiple
They
state
say
corrections officers.
Yeah, we now have a body camera footage showing what happened between 43-year-old Robert Brooks and those officers. This is Governor Kathy Hochul is calling for these state employees to lose their jobs. The encounter happening on December 9th at Marcy Correctional Facility, that's in Oneida County, located about 7 miles outside of Utica. Brooks died at a hospital the day after the assault, according to officials, on the morning of December 10th.
2.5 weeks after his death, the New York Attorney General's office today released body cam footage from multiple officers involved. The footage shows them attacking Brooks in the face, body, and neck while he was
release these body
handcuffed on a
cams?
table. A medical examiner later described his cause of death as asphyxia due to compression of the neck. A total of 13 corrections officers and a nurse have been implicated in this attack. Tonight, 7 News reporter Michael Schwartz is taking us through the body camera footage and showing us what happened leading up to Brooks' death.
Yeah, and we do want to warn you tonight, the video that you're about to see, it's very graphic and difficult to watch.
Disturbing new body camera footage shows the bloody face of 43-year-old Robert Brooks as he is being beaten by correction officers, struck more than a dozen times, all while handcuffed. It happened the night of December 9th in the infirmary at Marcy Correctional, just outside Utica.
My office investigates every case in which an officer of the law, including a correctional officer, may have caused the death of a civilian.
New York Attorney General Letitia James opened an investigation last week and on Friday released body camera footage from 4 officers' body cameras.
I do not take lightly the release of this video.
That night at 9:21, body camera footage from Sergeant Trombley shows a handcuffed Brooks being escorted outside, his body parallel with the ground. A minute later, he's seen being carried by 3 officers into the infirmary.
I don't want to keep watching the same. All they doing is replaying it. That's crazy, bro.
Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Finesse 2 times clears all the smizzo. Now we all know FNG Lil King has been popping this since he was about 5 years old or so. Finesse 2 times heard about Lil King when he was locked up doing his 5-year bid. Lil King was about 9 or 10 at this time. So after communicating with King while he was locked up, Finesse decided to link up with King once he got out and make it official. Lil King is joining FNG Finesse gang. Well, that's until his mom started asking for more money.
And it's been hard as a single parent. That has Mr. Finesse, well, he don't like me to say Mr. Finesse. He made a joke about it. So Mr. Ricky, he reaching out to my baby daddy, which is Wee Baby, and telling him he gonna help him financially and get him up to where they at. So I'm asking why I'm not getting no help. Why I haven't? He gave my mama $1,000, which I'm hearing different things about. My mama maybe smoking.
Shortly after this, unfortunately, King's mom was arrested for stabbing her own mother, King's grandmother, over a money dispute allegedly. But God is good and King's grandmother has recovered. She's doing better now. From there, Lil King went on to travel the world with Finesse 2 times. Gambling on the side in between shows. Lil King met almost everybody in the industry that you could meet. From Moneybag Yo to C Red and even Meek Mill. Lil King also met up with the biggest boss, Rick Ross, one of Lil King's favorite rappers, and even Drake showed King some love. So King's been stamped all over the industry. You'd expect him to grow up and be the next Lil Wayne.
Damn.
Or at least that's what Finesse expected to happen. Lil King was also the youngest rapper to ever perform at Rolling Loud.
King, I need you to pop it out, King. Hey, man, I want to introduce y'all to King.
Let's go.
Boy, it's FNG King right here. Let's go, man. Let's go.
Set the bitch up like a bullshit or whatever that you got. Say you playing. If you got the money to run, I'm pulling up on you. Shoes the paper. Pay me now. Nigga, fuck, man. I got my floor in this house.
What you doing? Let your city with choppers, my nigga. You ready to go get the Terminator. Walking this field, my nose, and I don't even know. I don't care about breaking it. Go. 35 million no parties. I ain't gonna come. Nigga gotta pay me. Let's go, King. I'm at the loft in the top here, sugar. I'm at the Benjamin, no ain't right. You won't walk for a drink. Me and my little niggas down. Know you heard about your brother, we had to get out of that nigga was shiesty. Hold up, I'm getting a little out of my body. I know the 4 in. What you say? Man, that's really got a time. Buy my paper like a binder. Hood nigga at the White Castle eating chicken wings. Let's go, King. Let's go, King.
You know what, man? Everybody gonna shake pop. Get you like a pack of box. 200K on the AP, booking shit on the bill like a $4 rock. I eat the free for the free 99. I eat the free for the free all the time. Tells you mine, she act like she mine. It tells you mine, I know she ain't mine. I hit a roll like I caught in the moment. Set the bitch up, I go like Stone. Act like you want it, you say you want it. Talk like you want it, I know he got a bunch, so ass what? Get the bunch of the shoes you glance off. We look at the spot like a SWAT. Make you come at the build your hands up. I got niggas in some run them all. Look at me, I'm in the center. What you say? She can be with me today, be gone tomorrow.
Things were going good until King's mother allegedly called CPS. Some say it was Charleston White, but either way, CPS came to Finesse's crib and asked King a few questions. CPS allowed Finesse 2 times to continue keeping King for a short time, until Finesse claims Lil King went wild and couldn't be controlled anymore. Finesse had a hard conversation with King, if you remember, a few months ago, and decided to let King go back with his family. Finesse claims his parole officer sent him this picture that shows King allegedly holding his mouth open with about 5 or 6 no-way products in his mouth. Seeing that Finesse is supposed to be King's guardian, the PO could have locked Finesse up. However, at this time, Finesse is still granted his freedom. Word was going around and got back to Finesse that Lil King was wilding out and hanging out with Finesse's old homeboy, the best gambler in the world. Allegedly,
that boy be shiesty in niggas,
Mr. Taki. Hustle Cartel.
He said Mr. Taki like a bitch.
After hooking up with Hustle Cartel, King went to the internet to expose Finesse. King explained Finesse had been lying to Mob Ties J. Prince Jr. about some stolen jewelry, as well as ran off on a plug for about 100 bows. Hell, King even showed some text messages from Finesse and played a voicemail or two.
Wow, man, a 40-year-old man texting me like this.
Upload these videos and you saying, hustle jewelry and he's watching shit moissanite diamonds and shit.
So Finesse can allegedly be heard saying Hustle Cartel's jewelry is moissanite, what some call fake diamonds. Some say it's just another stone. Either way,
is, bro. The decisions he making right now is all off the people that's around him, helping him make those decisions. If somebody around him told him, nah, bro, don't do that, like I did, he wouldn't have did that. He wouldn't be doing that. But I would never go against King. And whenever he ready to come back, whenever he ready to talk to me, I'm ready to talk to him, and I'm ready for him to come back. And guess what? I still ain't gonna make no money off of him. All the shows I done been to, everything I done did, everything, ain't got nothing to do with King. I love you, young. But man, I won't want no doing my child like that, bro. I won't want no to do me like that, bro. That little young kid don't understand morals and principles, bro. He gonna get a little older. He gonna be like, damn, bro really was trying. Bro was, and this when it gonna matter. That's when it's gonna hit.
A lot of people thought Finesse was gonna beef with Hustle, but Finesse put a stop to that quickly. Finesse posted, y'all can quit thinking I'm beefing or about to beef with dude about King. I got real life going on that my time and energy demands. Life goes on, my nigga. And remember this, the same thing that make you laugh will make you cry. 100 in due time. Hustle was recently seen stopping Lil King's live after King started talking about the situation.
I can't read. Yeah. Somebody
Don't breathe.
Man, quit explaining to these folks.
He be lying though, fella.
I know, but you ain't got nothing to explain to them.
I'm just showing them like.
That's cool, but listen, you don't have to show them folks nothing. I'm talking about nothing at all.
Yeah.
Listen, you ain't got to show them folks to tell them nothing, gang. Quit explaining to these people. They ain't talking about nothing. You ain't got to, man, they ain't talking about no money. What they talking about? Quit explaining to these folks. You ain't got to explain none of them for real, though. And, yeah, you ain't even got to show them nothing. Nah.
Damn, so it looks like Finesse 2 times and Hustle Cartel have agreed to disagree in the situation with Lil King, and there's no smoke or beef. Finesse made that clear. He's washed his hands of Lil King for now. But comment below. Let me know what you think about this crazy situation. It's a cold game. Your destiny awaits. Choose wisely.
seeing this video, notice I can't even do my normal intros and the shenanigans to start the video. You know, to anybody who's ever been to jail, right?
I haven't.
And I want you to understand, anybody and everybody out there watching, I never say that I never go to jail, because we are living in a world where you might run out the house and get into an altercation protecting your children. You might run out of the house. Your wife calls you on the phone because somebody's belligerent because of a car accident, and things get out of hand and you end up in jail. Any one of us that's watching this video, you never know if you might find yourself in jail.
You ain't lying about that.
Things happen. And because you end up in jail don't mean you a criminal. It means that the court system charged you for something that sometimes you have the right to defend yourself, and they find you guilty and you find yourself in the penitentiary. So now with that being said, in this situation with this young man, what could I say? I have so many conversations with so many different dudes coming from the penitentiary. I've even had, I've had brothers like Wild Bill. And I asked him, yo, Bill, what was the worst situation you ever been through with these correction officers? Him, Agard, Trouble, Lucky Dawn. I done had many conversations, and none of them is good. Dudes always try to paint a perfect picture or paint that picture like jail was like a walk in the park. Like, no. Especially when you incarcerated in New York, the city or the state. Back in the days when I was in Rikers Island, ERU used to come in the cell area when cuttings happened, and they would find somebody that they didn't like, and they'd beat you till the cows come home. And some of the times, a dude would refuse to go to the clinic and go in his room and his cell rather and lay down and not wake up. Many times this done happen. You got situations where Attica, Clinton, Comstock, them brothers up there tell you that they done found bodies buried in underneath the gym in some of them jails. So now this video with this brother, it's like, what could I say? This is what comes with jail, man. I don't think y'all understand. So now that we see this video going viral, I could explain it to you. When you get in certain jails, like Marcy, Attica, Clinton, it seems like any of them jails, man. First and foremost, like, you dudes ain't never seen evil. Like them COs, they're evil. When you watch the video, any of y'all, I'm not posting the video up on YouTube. I'm not even playing with my channel like that. That video was too graphic. I see other people put it in. I'm not doing it. When you watch that video of this situation that happened in Marcy Correctional Facility, and you look at them beating life, the brother's handcuffed, body dangling, and you look at the faces of those correction officers, it kind of gives you a picture of what it was like in the plantation. Then it reminds me of the Constitution says when you go to jail, you're already 3/5 of a man. But when you go to jail, slavery is abolished unless you go to jail. So legally, when you go to the penitentiary, you in the plantation. You are in the belly of the beast. There's nothing sweet about that. Me sitting up there acting like I'm surprised? No, I'm actually hurt. Because even though the brother that got whooped out like that by them COs was in there for putting a knife in his female girlfriend, convicted of that, He had a 12-year sentence that the courts deemed was his punishment.
Damn.
The courts gave him 12 years. The correction officers gave him life.
Damn.
Or rather, a death sentence. He will now proceed home to his family in a body bag. And see, that's not acceptable. Especially from an inmate that's handcuffed.
Nah, that's facts.
They had no regards for that man's life. Using the walls to push their feet into his groin and his ribs.
It's sickening.
Looking at that video, looking at the body language, looking at the faces, it reminded me of the movie Texas Chainsaw Massacre. When they're about to torture their victim and they just sitting at the table eating, knowing after they finish their meal, they're going to go back to the chainsaw. Zong, 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 zong. What more is it? I mean, what more is there for me to say? Outside of the fact that anybody that's watching me, in my younger days, I'd have fought bodies. Yeah, I've been to jail for murder. I fought bodies. I've been on Rikers Island for 3 years. I've been to jail. But I don't know if I could, like, I don't understand how you dudes, you commit crimes that you know is going to land you in jail for 10 years, 20 years, and better. And you just put your hands behind your back and willingly get in that police car, knowing that when you get in the mountains, where half them COs is like the mother had a baby with the son and them are incest babies up there. And you just let them put you in a police car willingly? Knowing that when you get to the jail, they're going to give you that same type of treatment?
Damn, I fucked up. Why y'all go outside?
Stay out of jail. I don't care how tough you think you are.